So hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Alpha, and with me today I have Zabiool. How do you say your name? Should have asked first. Okay.
It's Zabiool. Hello everybody and welcome to the video.
Yeah, right on. So you're currently S rank number 2, I think. You've just been kicked off playing this Ragnora deck or something similar. Is that right?
It's true. So the hype is that in this video we're going to get like S rank 1.
Alright, that's the plan. So I've been playing. I played the fairly similar version a while back, and I just picked it up again, and I'm loving your version. I think it's fantastic. So I guess we'll just hop into talking about the cards. So I guess the starting point is the two Young Silithar, the 3 Young Silithar and the 3 Ragebinder, just your obvious rebirth minions. And then I think because you're running the Ragebinder, it's kind of a no-brainer to put in the Metallurgists and the Slashers. The one question I have is, how come we're running 2 Slashers and not 3?
Yeah, so the big reason we're cutting the slashers is our deck, with Ragnora, the main strategy here is to have multiple win conditions. So the 3 win conditions that I play in my main deck is you combo, which is a misconception of many people to think that's the only way the deck can win. That's about a third of the win condition. The second is tempo, and the third is just getting so much value from Progenitor that you win. And with this deck, because we're playing Interceptor, it is replacing some of the function of Lava Slasher as tempo gain. So we're also having Dampening Wave in the deck to further complement our tempo plays.
Okay, so you kind of have the Interceptor and Dampening Wave to kind of do the same thing as the Slasher, so you maybe don't need the full 3.
Exactly, and not only that, Interceptor plays 2 roles. It's a combo tool and a tempo tool in this game, where the Slasher is like only a tempo tool.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. So I guess that's the next thing we want to talk about is you're running the Inceptor instead of just most decks I see with 3 Egmorph, 3 Morinka. What's the reasoning behind including the Inceptor?
So the large thing I've found after playing the deck a lot is the games you win with Modern Curve, you just totally crush the games. And the games you just lose where you never get Modern Curve hits off, because either the enemy general just plays far away from your general, you just lose so far. So what I've noticed is to play Interceptor instead of Modern to guarantee Egmorphs really help the consistency. But the biggest influence actually of Interceptor here is not just for that consistency, it's also for the 1 mana it's cheaper, and for the incredible combination it has with Dampening Wave to kill Thunderhorns. And Thunderhorns is by far the biggest threat to this deck in the meta.
Right, so Dampening Wave is probably the biggest surprise that we will see. Do you want to just talk maybe a bit about what that does? Like, I understand it's a great tempo play, but why have you chosen to include it here?
So, as I said, like the single biggest card in this entire deck that damages us is Thunderhorn. And just to basically kill Thunderhorn with Dampening Wave is one of the biggest reasons I'm including it. But the other reason is because our Raptors are 3-1 with Celerity, they generally only can get 1 hit off of enemy minions. But when we make them so they can't counterattack, we get a guaranteed 6 damage, and our Raptor stays alive, which is so important in this deck, because it has rebirth, so it needs to be killed twice to be removed. And while it's on the board, it's got that threat of that insane range it's got with Celerity, and your Progenitor that can multiply it.
Absolutely huge, so definitely a very strong 0 mana card. I guess we should probably talk about the Raptors as well, which is kind of the last egg minion we've got. When I've been playing with them, I kind of find it hard to get value from them, because obviously as soon as you trade in with it, it just dies for free to like a general hit or something. So how do you go about getting value from the Raptors? And I should probably say that you actually run 3 Raptors and 2 Spelljammers. I've just that's my choice to cut 1 for extra Spelljammer.
No, it definitely makes sense to drop 1. So the big feeling I've got with Raptor is just having a 3-cost minion on the board is threatening 10 damage, which is insane if you have any of your egg cards. So the weakest part of Raptor's life cycle is about 4 mana, 5 mana, when they might have some 2-drops on the board, but where they can trade efficiently into it and stuff like that. But it really shines in, let's say, your player 2, and it's turn 1. You play Raptor down. The opponent plays the classical 2-drop, and then it's your turn, and you've got your Interceptor on the board. Then you can hit his face with the Raptor, or trade in his minion, and then just revive the Raptor again. And if it's your choice to go into his face again, then you can do that as well for like up to 5 damage, or to remove a minion and to go into his face, depending on the matchup. And then late game, it's such an incredible draw because 3 mana for like a 5/5 body with rebirth, and because it's late game, it's generally like 1 or 2 minions, like the general, and 1 minion on the board or so on. And the value you get, because there's no spells that really remove it effectively, so it always takes a minion that has to run into it and then trade or spell. Like, the only spell that removes it is like the Circle of Life of Lionheart. So I just find that it's so good in those 2 situations, and because it has rebirth, it plays so well into your to survive against AoE in this deck, because that's the one biggest weakness of this deck is huge AoE, and because it has rebirth, it just helps you survive against that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's always felt like a powerful card, but kind of awkward to use. But I'm sure once you've mastered it, it's fantastic. Talking about
It's exactly. Sorry to interrupt you. Because the odd thing about that card is it's literally it's when it is the strongest is when the deck is the weakest, so to say. Because the deck really spikes here at 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana when you can get your combo down. Because the version you're playing is with the 2 modern version instead of the interceptor, triple egg morph. You get the combo on 7 mana as well. But it's really out of that super strength range of Ragnora where the Raptor shines. So it just makes your curve a bit nicer around those edges.
so talking about kind of his waning late game. The only draw you've gone for is Spelljammer. Obviously, you have the option of Embryonic Insight and even Tectonic Spikes, but you don't include that. Do you want to just explain maybe why?
So as I said, one of our main win conditions for this deck is tempo. And the only real card draw that produces tempo in this game without giving your opponent too much advantage, as example as the card drawing dog does, Blazehound, I think.
Yeah.
So it gives your opponent a guaranteed draw. With Spelljammer, if he removes it, he doesn't get the draw. So that's one of the main reasons of playing Spelljammer, and it assists your tempo. I felt with Embryonic Insight, you just lose too much. Like Embryonic Insight is, I think, stronger in the late game possible, where you can just like keep that control to yourself. But with the amount of tempo you lose, even with Tectonic Spikes, you can also push yourself into a danger zone by giving the opponent, like let's say, 1 or 2 cards. But you just lose way too much tempo, and then the deck loses like a third of its like intended game plan. It takes too much from the deck. Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree. And then I guess the last piece of the puzzle here that we haven't talked too much about is the Progenitor.
So, so Progenitor is one of the most amazing cards in this deck. So once you have, like, let's say a Rangebinder and an Erratic Raptor, with just 2 rebirth minions, and your Progenitor on the field, your field basically becomes irremovable. Like, they can remove half of it at max. And the other incredible part of Progenitor is it has some of the strongest turn 2 plays in the game. So let's say, example, your player 1, you throw down a Slithar, you take the mana tile, move forward, get the mana tile with your Progenitor, and Lava Lance any turn 1 play of player 2 dead. It's 4 damage out of hand. And you've got a Slithar, you've got a 5/4, and you've got an egg that's going to come up. And you've got just a massive advantage.
Yeah, I've even won some games just turn to Blood Tier and then Progenitor, and then you have 2 eggs, two drops, and a Progenitor, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, and that's like if you get like the both, you have to get both, and it's shockingly good. And like when you've got board, it's one of the ways to just solidify the win. Because that's actually the one thing we're going to speak about as well later. Sometimes this deck struggles to change board into winning,
Which is
just helps.
it's kind of funny when you think about this is the deck with probably the most annoying combo in the whole game of like 10 damage on 6 mana consistently. But I absolutely agree with you. It's kind of taking the overwhelming board presence you get with like Progenitor and your Rage Binders and stuff, and taking that and then making it into a win, which is sometimes the hard part.
Especially because the odd way you have to position the deck, because it's so vulnerable to aerial effect spells and such like.
Yeah. I guess the last cards we have to talk about is the Lava Lance, obviously, it's an amazingly powerful card, great tempo, and you're running that instead of natural selection, which I think makes a lot of sense as well. They tend to hit similar targets, just the Lava Lance is a lot more flexible when you have a lot of eggs on the board and such. Is that about your logic there?
Yeah, so the Lava Lance is not just an incredible card, but it fits the meta so well. And because you can BBS and Lava Lance for 2 mana and still play whatever. So there's actually 4 cards here that are, well, 5 cards here that are in play. And as I said, like it all goes back to Thunderhorn and like how that is played so much in the meta. Like Bloodtear Alchemist, Eggmorph, Lava Lance, Mecantor, and Dampening Wave, and Interceptor in a way, are all good answers we've got for that Thunderhorn play. And that's just one of the most critical parts is you can Lava Lance it and ping it with a Bloodtear, or if Vanar made something a Battle Pet, you can just Lava Lance it dead, even if you got like a 1-1 Battle Pet. Lava Lance kills stuff like Decimus, which just ends you. It combos you dead before you can combo the other guy dead. And that 4 mana is just so much value at turn 1. As like I said, the Progenitor play is just another level with Lava Lance. So with Interceptor, Lava Lance, and Modern Rotating, it's going to be a very interesting next expansion.
Yeah, definitely be interesting to see how Ragnar comes out there. Hopefully, he gets something new to make up for what he's missing. So, before we hop into some games, maybe are there any last words you want to say? Tips for how to play the deck?
Okay, so the biggest thing, as you've mentioned, is that I only run 2 spell damage, and hand management in this deck is of most importance. You can never go below 2 cards ever. If you go below 2 cards, you're in so much trouble with this deck, and you're basically hoping on drawing a spell jam or outright losing. Um, with Dampening Wave is as much a danger for this deck as it's a tool because it costs 0 mana, so you can burn through your hand so quickly. Same with Lava Lance and Bloodtear Alchemist. So you want to balance your removal, and then it's all specific matchups. But the matchup things you learn as you play Duelyst, like Eggmore for Ayamara, and then just what you play around in general. But yeah, so learning, as I said, I think the 3 priorities for this deck is hand management, positioning, and knowing your matchups. But we'll get through that as we play example games.
All right. So, the greater fortitudes. I often wonder, like, when is it correct to play them on, like, to play them for tempo, or to play it on a 2-drop and take out their minion or something like that, or just push face damage. And how often do you save it for the combo specifically?
So that's actually very well spotted, and that's one of the things you learn as you play the deck is playing that first greater fortitude. You can freely do because you have 2 more in the deck for the lethal combo. And as I said earlier, our main win condition is not the combo. It's we have three win conditions, and we generally pick and choose which 2 will be the most effective against this matchup. But in most matchups, all 3 are like viable win conditions. So feel free to use the first one, but after you've used the first one, try to hold on to one in your hand.
Right. All right. Well, I think that'll wrap up the deck part, and now we'll play some games.
Cool.
Okay, so we're in game now. I think I'm gonna play 1 or 2 games, and then Zabby will play 1 or 2. You can see the expert at work.
Definitely. Sounds fun.
All right. Hopefully. All right. 1 second queue time. Let's go.
You paused it now. Oh wait, you actually got a game. Wow, that's like amazing.
All right. Mighty Balloon Starhorn. Okay, so I'm inclined to go Silithar into Spelljammer, and maybe only keep one of the 3 drops.
Perfect. So I agree with that. So do you want to drop 1 or 2 cards here to start with?
I feel like the Dampening Wave isn't going to be fantastic for like another 2 turns, so I think I probably want to drop that.
So in general, I'd agree with you, but because we've got Spelljammer and we're playing against Star, we can use our greedy tempo plays much more effectively in this game.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe just so it can stay dead in my hand for like 1 turn, and then I'll play it next turn, and then we'll be on full cards anyway.
So here's a tough choice. It depends. Yeah, I'll replace the Raptor. So here the choice is basically between the 2 cards. Is against Lava Slasher, the Raptor is better if you play it out of range of the general. So that's the consideration
Hmm.
we've got here. But otherwise, I like replacing the Raptor.
Yeah, I think I always thought Ragebinder was kind of the better of the two cards.
I agree because it's just for the flexibility of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Pick up a.
We've got such a quite a nice starting hand.
Yeah, especially against Starhorn. We can just dump cards here.
So Balloon is 100% playing Rebuke. He's 100% playing the Decimus combo, and is most likely playing the Golem package.
Yeah, makes sense.
And his flashes. So another thing about the deck, if your opponent plays Flash Mercantor, don't worry too much about that because it's such a weak play against this deck because of all the rebirth it has generally, and losing a Flash and a Mercantor is very expensive against our deck. So here I'll start looking at what cards do we want. So one of the stronger cards, if he moves diagonally up, it looks like he's not very ready to move forward. So he'll likely move up. We want our Progenitor on the top mana tile, and to get our lava lands off on whatever he summons. But because unfortunately we don't have lava lands in this hand.
Don't have either of those cards, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to replace the Mercantor, I think, again.
Yeah,
Still a bit slow.
Let's see what he plays. That's a strong play. Let's see what you get. Always replace first.
Of course. That could be interesting.
What cards do we fear here? Do you want to take a mana tile or just contest both mana tiles?
I think what I'm thinking of doing, I don't know if this is right or not, but just making a 5/7 Spelljammer right in front of him. How does he answer that?
That's exactly what I agree with. That's what I would do in this position. Because not only do you deny him some insane flash plays abusing the mana tiles, you also take his mana tile away and have a big creature that he can't remove with any of his removal.
Deny him Lava Slasher, which would be hard for us, I think.
Exactly. And the only answer he has to this card is Rebuke, basically. And you still get left with your Spelljammer, and you drew 2 cards and he drew nothing. Well, 1 extra card and he doesn't draw anything extra. Nice, I like that play.
Maybe thinking about replacing the Morinka.
So I would not replace Morinka this turn because of our Rage Binder Metallurgist turn next turn. And having 2 Rebirth minions on the field with Morinka possibility is very strong because you can run your Rage Binder into a Slasher, let it die, run your Slithar into the Slasher, let it die, Morinka is face, but get both back. And it's a very happy day for you. But let's always first see what he has, and then we move on from there. Greater Fortitude, interesting. Let's see what he plays it on. Okay, 5, and he goes.
Makes sense.
I agree.
It's hard for us to answer. Okay. So I'm replacing one of the Rage Binders, I suppose, or nothing.
I enjoy because we've got quite a few strong draws here. We've got Blood Tear, we've got Lava Lance, we've got a lot of strong draws here. So I would replace one Rage Binder.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so Blood Tear and kill the Rage Binder and play our own Rage Binder. That seems to be the play.
Exactly. And then you get all your minions on the board. So I would,
And we just stay out of range of his Sunsteel with everything except our face, I guess.
I agree. And keep our, There we go. So I would not. So we want to have the ability. No, so that's fine. That's fine. It's not a bad play. We're just scared of Plasma next turn, so we just have to position around that. Otherwise, you do you.
Fair enough, yeah. And I guess Flash Mercantor isn't really on the table because our stuff all has Rebirth.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the Silithar where it is.
Yeah, I like it as well. So the only dislike I have of this play is I would have placed your Rage Binder diagonally down from your general, just to have it closer to him if he decides to run away. Because that's the one weakness we also have. If he just runs away and tries to get his Decimus combo, we are in a bit of trouble.
Fair enough. Yeah. I
And
just wanted
also,
to make sure the egg is completely safe. Like, so there's no way he can kill that now, right? But before he could have like Flash Mecantor or Plasma Storm, like you said, and finish off the
so
egg.
even if it was diagonal from your general, like I mean, where your blood tier is,
Oh,
so even
yeah.
it was immune to getting removed.
Yeah, just
That's
put
right.
them the other way. That makes sense.
So I would likely would have put my blood tier directly below my general instead.
Yeah, I like
Because you've
that.
got because you'll see your mobility of your Rage Binder will punish you here because you would have been able to likely run the Rage Binder into the Sunsteel or whatever he plays. But maybe he plays into it and we're not punished. But
I
I just
think
feel that's like, yeah.
he's too tempted by the juicy slasher on the
Yeah, I
Silithar
think
right
so.
now.
And that's fine with us, actually. That's, yeah, check yeah. So literally with having the blood tier one little square up. Okay, never mind. He plays into us. So that's not an issue.
Fantastic. Okay, so we can ping the force field with the blood tier, then hit the Rage Binder into the slasher, finish off the slasher with Morinka, and then clear the thing with.
So my idea is okay. Let's always start with replacing. What are we going to replace?
Right, true. I kind of like the Metallurgist. Seems like we want to
Yes,
have
like
higher
you
value
want to have
cards.
perfect reasoning. Okay, now
Oh.
question: do we want to use Damping Wave? Don't we want to use Damping?
Um,
So here's why I'm asking.
Dampening Wave.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, how does he remove your full Modern Curve, like 3 charges?
Oh, Flash Decimus, of course.
Yeah. so that's the only way. Okay? And if Flashes Decimus, he loses like a large part of his positive win condition, and you've got a handful again.
I
I
kind
think
of,
using Damp,
I kind of like
yeah,
using Dampening Wave on the Sunsteel actually,
I agree fully with that.
and
So
hitting the slasher with. Okay, this is happening.
everything.
Okay, I'm just gonna do the play that I am thinking of,
Yeah,
because
no, I agree.
rope.
Oh shit! No. Okay.
That's all I
So
got. There's definitely a better way.
so the better way was just to run your general into the 4-3 and let your blood tier die. Because what value is your blood tier really?
Well, doesn't the Morinka need to deal damage? And Force Field prevents that?
So you run. Oh wait, let's check. That's actually true.
Yeah,
I was mistaken.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
You were correct there actually. Well played.
Otherwise, yeah, I was thinking of that as well.
Yeah, that's true. Well played. Yeah, I haven't played Morin in so long. But yeah, the deck I played cut Morin totally for interceptors. Deck morphs. But yeah, that was a very good play. Well done. Yeah. So I think the only argument we could have had here is to run the. Could we have? Yeah, to have the Rage Binder 1 square up there. Play around Cantor.
Yeah, that would have been. Well, I kind of wanted it in his face though too.
Yeah. So I agree with the reasoning, but also we also have to remember
It's 6 mana.
we've got a pretty decent player. How do you feel about replacing Erratic Raptor here?
That seems reasonable. Would you Lava Lance the slasher?
So
The
most
Macanto? Probably.
So we are also out of place.
Ooh.
Okay, so we are in Decimus combo range.
Right, if we hit the Macanto. Okay, so we propagate Rage, hatch it, then play Progenitor to get an extra egg.
Yeah, so definitely you get your PBS down, you get your Modern Kur proc from it, and you most likely lance that Incantor, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
No, 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 no. You had your PBS first, yeah.
Wrong card.
Yeah. Yeah, this deck is so error prone, and even while playing S1, I still make so many mistakes.
Alright, is there a way to play around the second Mecanto? Kind of.
So, well, no. First, run your kill the Cantor with your 3-1. Save your lava lance for later.
Wait,
So,
hold up.
forward, down, run. Oh, okay. Sorry. So,
Okay.
just play it. Yeah.
Ah!
Oh shit. So the
This
play
is
here.
terrible!
No, it's okay. It's like this. We're learning. I mean,
This is what I do every game.
you'll climb to S1 eventually. So this deck is very complex, and there's all kinds of odd plays like that where you hatch something, then you move it, and you attack it, and you let it die, and you hatch it again, kind of plays.
What I was
So
thinking of was playing the Progenitor, getting the second egg before it dies, and then like lava lancing the Mecanto and moving the Ripper away out
that's
of
exactly what
Mecanto.
you would have done. But you would have moved the Ripper like 2 squares forward, have it diagonally below the Cantor, and then Progenitor there. And then your egg is out of range, and you've got your Progenitor up in his face. And we didn't lose our Lava Lance, and we've got 2 eggs. So he's got no removal spell that can remove our board. Plasma Storm only removes the 2 eggs. Rebuke only removes the Progenitor, and Mecantor only kills
Oof.
some of the stuff. Yeah, that's very expensive.
He needs to start playing his Bloodborne spell, he's out of cards. Okay, so I'm probably going to replace Progenitor here because we have the Mecanto Lava Lance, and then we need Eggmore for the combo next turn.
I like your thinking. So Mecantor, Lava Lance.
Do we have to run away? Oh no.
Terrible, man. And
Can't.
like, so we'd have either have had a Ripper or a Progenitor up here.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Yeah, this was a one game that we lost. Okay.
Yeah. So it's okay, man. Like, let's play it to its finality because we haven't lost yet.
Okay, so I have to run away in case he has the third Mecanto.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it even survived spikes. And the other thing was playing our Rage Binder into the Mecantor turn. So he made 2 small mistakes this game, but like, yeah. We're just warming up, don't worry. We're just warming up. Let's see what he plays.
Slasher.
Yeah.
Well, we're not dead. Could be worse.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Sadly, 1 point of damage off from the combo killing him.
Nice. He's giving us some cards. Hopefully we draw Mecantor. That's not too bad, actually.
Maybe
we drop the Raptor here?
You would drop Raptor over Rangebinder?
So Rangebinder is possible heal, but does it ever heal us out of like lethal range? Not really as much. I drop it still.
I like the reasoning. Well, we can hatch everything.
Hatch all the things. Yes, we actually just don't have enough mana to make an effective player. So I would.
We can kill the Slasher with the egg, and then play a Ragebinder and Wild Inceptor, right? That's got to be the play.
So we're also at 9 mana next turn. Cool. So I would do that. I agree with that.
And I have to be close. I have to be close.
Oh, you meant that like that? Okay, interesting. It's not bad. It's still good. It just plays roughly into Mecanto, but he's got enough.
Mecanto, we're dead. Oh well, we're not dead, but all right. I don't know why that's in his general range, but
no, you played behind him. Oh, yeah, no, he played at a perfect place. Cool, that's cool. Never mind. Let's see what he does. So I'm not sure why you played the egg there instead of just straight up above you. But
Yeah, me neither.
that's okay. It happens.
I mean, if he walked up to kill it, we could have maybe got him with the Morinka.
Oh no, man! It's playing Earth. I'll do it.
Hmm. Well,
Cards for us.
he's fishing for the combo for sure. Okay, Metallurgist is the replace, I think. Hmm.
We might just play it.
Might just play it. Well, we can maybe get some sneaky healing proc off of our Rage Binder here.
I like the idea.
Then we'd have to use the Egg Morph.
So that's the one question of this day, because you have to commit quickly to a decision. Are we replacing the Morinkur or the Slasher? That's the question. Yeah.
Kind of like being greedy, and let's play the Morinka and go down to 4.
Go down to 4. Okay.
Um.
What do we replace? Do we replace the Egmore?
Or Slasher. Slash is probably too good to not play here, maybe. I don't know.
I like Slasher. So we develop into his board. We develop into his face.
Replace the Morinka.
I think you can keep it there. Replace the Egmore maybe.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, we have
So
Rebirth.
Move into his face. Like, move your Rage Binder closer to the Golem.
Gonna kill this. Slasher in his face.
No. First play your Metallurgist. It's okay.
No, I think I like playing the Raptor in the egg, right? Okay. Wrap the Bloodborne spell. What do I keep my general? One closer, maybe. I'll go one closer.
One closer is fine. Yes, it's you see, like it's and it's so tough having, because a single player, you move, you're like, okay, I commit to this. I think it's the best move. If it's not, I lose. If it is, I win.
Yeah, you have to be so precise that it's so hard. So the problem we have now is we have Morinka instead of Inceptor, so we have to hit something. Oh, we're just dead to the combo, maybe. Ooh.
Okay. So that's what's cool about this. We've got 3 eggs on the board. So we want to encircle him, yeah. We wanna no. Does he have it?
No, he doesn't have the mana.
We can still win. We just have to encircle him.
Slasher, I like.
We win the game if we encircle him, but we win the game. If we can heal, if there's any way we can heal, we win the game. Replace your blood tier.
Blood tier, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
No, we've got this.
So Ripper goes here because it has.
I think exactly.
Slasher kills that. Yeah, I like that.
I like that fully. So he literally only has one card that wins.
What's that card? Spikes. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I like that. And play your egg. Play your general one closer and your egg as well.
One closer. Yeah, because we have Morinka. Good thinking. Ooh.
Egg.
Alright. What has he got? Egmorph, fantastic.
You see how this is such a deck of inches? Like, we made 2 mistakes, but we're still in this game.
Granted, one of them was skipping our turn, but...
Let's see.
Okay, so the egg stops him hitting us with Rebuke.
He might still win, but let's see. He's just BMing us. How you won? He's just BMing us.
No.
He hasn't won, man. You know, we're gonna get like...
There's no way for him to play everything he wants there.
Do we win, by the way? Let's just check. Would you take something?
Okay. I can never play Morinka.
No. You can. You've got Ragebinder.
Okay, so Ragebinder and...
So first play is you play your Ragebinder below your 2-1, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the first play.
Okay, then this goes in here. The Metallurgist goes into it as well.
We can't play Egmoth, so replace Egmoth. No, first replace Egmoth.
I think I see lethal.
Okay, cool. If you see lethal, go for it. I trust in you.
I think it's lethal. It might not be lethal. 10... We're one off lethal with my play. Oh no, never mind, never mind. I forgot the Bloodborne spell.
There we go. But modern boys. So you might still be one off, but let's see.
Oh yeah, I'm still one off.
Let's attack with the 3-1 first. Attack with the 3-1 first. Attack with the 3-1 first. Yeah, before you modern. And don't attack after you modern. Keep the raptors as raptors.
No, look, got him. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well played, man. Well played. Well played. I'm so proud. So proud. Well played.
Yeah, I thought we had it. Just too much math for me to do.
And like with modern, there's so much eggs hatching, so many things dying, so many celebrity minions I can get by. Well played.
Yeah, so maybe the 3 Inceptor 3 Egg Morph deck is for people who don't want to have to think that much. God damn.
So that deck is just so much more tempo focused. So you don't go for late as late game, because you know you're not going to get your Modern Curve, so you can run a bit more face and you just destroy Obelisk especially, because like BBS Interceptor on your egg kills it. Obelisk can put a 3-1. But I do like this. Like we made this Progenitor deck literally today with 2 Modern Curves instead of 3 Interceptors and 3 Egg Morphs. So this is like untested terrain we're playing.
Alright, one sec.
That worked out great, man.
I don't know, I feel like I have to do another one to redeem myself.
Let's play again.
Alright, up against Zerix.
Ooh, this is a free win. Free win. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. So at 5 mana, with Zerix at 5 mana, you want to keep your Igna for the Ayamara. But if it's a aggro Zerix, then we just play as we play.
Alright,
Let's see.
I always, yeah. Let's see. Alright, I've got 2 Jammers and 2 Blood Tears, so I'm gonna replace one of each, I think.
Yeah, so definitely replace one Jammer. I'm still loading in, but yeah. I think the one Blood Tear is also a good replace.
Yeah. Got my Young Silithar to open with. That's awkward. Okay, so the Dampening Wave I feel gets a little worse when we're up against Obelisk, so I might replace that.
Yeah, feel free to replace.
Oh, this is awkward. I'm so mad he put it there and he's getting away with it.
So what are we scared of?
Probably like Obelisk and Whispers and just dying.
Do you want to run away or do you want to go in? I feel like going in with Spelljammers is a strong play here.
Yeah, gotta start killing the Obelisk. Alright, so I'm just gonna take the mana right in front of him.
Yeah, and get your Alchemist out as well, but away from Bone Swarm range.
Okay.
Because he's 99%, well, 80% going to play Falcius. If he doesn't play Falcius, he's going to play some Obelisk shenanigans.
So you would play the Blood Tear like back here?
I would either play it diagonally below your Spelljam or diagonally above it.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So the reason I would have played it diagonally below is to avoid to make the chance of spawning on a mana orb slightly less. Yeah. Every time, man. Every time.
Yeah, I guess now he doesn't have to move it onto the mana, which is pretty bad.
And so it might still not make a difference if you had a Falsius play who just played on the mana. So that's the one reason I'd play it down. But considering that just taking the chance from a 25% chance to a 20% chance, I mean, let's see what he plays. If he goes face, oh no, that's a strong play. Very strong play. But I mean, he's not drawing cards.
We kill his obelisk like this, if nothing happens.
See what he plays first. Well, all I know is he's actually in much more trouble than he realizes.
Oof.
Ooh, that hurts.
Okay, Macantor, I think, is the replace.
So it's between Macantor and Morin. I actually feel like
maybe Morin,
because he seems to be playing an aggro deck and
yeah,
avoiding going.
I can agree with that.
That's great. I like this.
Oh boy.
Spelljam is the play. Kill the one obelisk.
Yeah, we're one damage off killing both of the obelisks. I think we gotta let it live though.
Yeah, so I think Spelljammer is the play, yeah. And next time we've got that other obelisk for free with DBS.
Yeah.
And then just Spelljammer behind you.
Yeah. I like behind, try and make as many of his dervish spawns bad. I guess he'll just kill the Silithar with the dervish.
Yeah. So I don't think he has a bad spawn here because of Blood of Air.
Right.
But it's okay. Like, we're still drawing a card, he's not drawing a card.
Yeah. If he Blood of Airs, we're pretty happy. He doesn't push that much face damage, and we can clear up his board with the Inceptor.
I like the Interceptor play, and I like the Slasher play. Both are good.
Yeah.
So the reason I actually prefer the Interceptor play is because our BBS refreshes the turn after that. So using our BBS as an effective resource is very important.
And I think he'll probably have a bit of trouble dealing with the 3/1 rebirth.
Exactly.
So I guess this is why you play Wild Inceptor instead of only Morin in action. It's because Morin would be dead here.
Exactly, and that one mana difference is massive. And Morin also takes up your Slasher spot. And Morin takes up, and that Rasha's Curse is one of the reasons I run Interceptor.
Fair enough.
Let's see what he does. He trades into your Spelljammer, we're winning. Like, he's just outright losing here. And he's not even protecting his obelisk. He's in a lot of danger, that's all that I can say.
Okay,
Let's see what he does.
There we go.
So he did play well. That was definitely...
alright. Well, thankfully that's far away.
Yeah. So we've got actually a very strong player. So first question is always, what do we replace?
I kind of like holding Progenitor, but that might be a bit greedy. I think I'm just gonna chuck it.
I think it's too greedy because we're playing against aggro bit.
Yeah.
And we win the game if we live long enough. Cool, so now I've got a strong Slasher play with Metallurgist Slasher or Mechanical, depending on the board state. So I would do our agreed on combo. Move forward, get your little boy out, kill that other dude. But first kill the obelisk, of course.
Alright, so I am worried about Lost in the Desert.
Exactly, I'll play around that.
And I'm also kind of worried about Falsius clearing up the 3/3.
So that will happen, but that's fine.
That's fine, yeah.
We're gonna have a strong.
And that's his turn.
Yeah. So just make sure you BBS first and kill the obelisk before you. Yeah, I like that play.
I'm just gonna leave the egg right there. Maybe we play around Bone Swarm actually.
So play, yeah, I agree. Play against around that, and because our 3/3 is there, we don't have Lost in the Desert issues.
I'm gonna move it out of his Gemma range.
Perfect.
And there we go. Yep, and he's running low on cards.
So that was our advantage of getting our spelljammers out, and he didn't. And so this is a very odd position for our deck to be in, because generally we are at low resources, and this deck gets stronger and stronger and stronger with more mana, because we have so many like incredible tempo plays.
And combos too.
Yeah, so my biggest worry here is we don't have Egmore, so IMR will be a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Let's see what draws.
Well, he's running. Yeah. I think he's running that over Imara.
So the nice thing here is he can't really remove both minions with Gust. He has to.
He has to choose. Yeah.
So I think this is another. Well, let's see what he plays. Maybe move from there.
I'm gonna ditch one of the lava lances just because if we're playing both, then we're running out of resources. I think.
So well, we've got 6 cards, so we've got everything we need actually. Oh, perfect. So what do you play now?
Surely I just Mecanto that juicy Mecanto spot.
Do you think so? You're a bit greedy, but I think it's actually a fun play. You could replace the Metallurgist, but Mecanto there is strong. Like we have to remove the Gust. There's no question about that.
Yeah, it's just. Oh
so,
boy.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna Mecanto his 4/1 because he might be running Third Wish.
Question is, do we damp?
Hell yeah, and then I damp the Gust.
Exactly.
Plays around Desert. This is fantastic.
Amazing. And you can't. No. Were you doing it?
Okay,
that's fine.
Yeah.
So what I would have preferred you to do is just toss the Mecantor in that general spot, where his Gust is, and would have had a full HP.
I wanna clean this guy up though.
Because I understand it.
A lot of them run Third Wish, which really is quite annoying.
So the other thing is we would have put him into lethal range with that Mecantor AoE his face.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I mean, we would have had a 4/4 Mecantor. We would have had a 3/1 like a interceptor that hit his face, and we would have had a general that killed the Gust. So it's still strong. I really like this play. It does play into Lost in the Desert if he has stuff.
True. That's a 2-card combo though. And he's on 3 cards.
And it's got 1 card. Or 2 cards.
Haven't seen either so far though, so.
But your play of playing around Third Wish also big. I like it. So he does not have Lost.
Okay. Ooh, thank God. He can't deal with us. Caster.
Nice.
Okay.
What do you want to replace?
Kind of want to replace the Dampening Wave.
Well, the Dampening Wave or Lance, one of the two.
Yeah.
So Dampening Wave, you can technically say you're paying 1 card to keep a 4/2 on the board instead of Lava Lance. You understand? So that's the argument you're making there. You're saying paying 1 mana to remove a card. Yeah, well, it's up to you. It's up to you. It really is an interesting play. Whatever you do.
Okay, maybe let's just expand our options like this. All right.
You could play quite a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of choices. I want to do Slasher on something, play the Egg, Lava Lance the other thing, and have a board. So I'm gonna play the Egg up here and Slasher where his Dreamcaster is.
Yeah, sounds good.
I guess we could play the Lava Lance on the 3/3 instead of the Dampening, or play the Dampening Wave instead. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine.
No, it's good. I like both. So I was actually considering that you don't slash the 4/4, that you just because we are playing into. We can't really play around BOA. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, we haven't seen a Blood of Air.
Well, he's playing all his Falsiuses.
Okay, Metallurgist.
Yeah.
Too many 2-drops in this hand. Ooh, boy. Oh, that must be the play.
Yep,
so good. So good.
And I think we tried to trap him in. We started to like box him in.
Okay.
Like you literally just try to give him one little spot he can play.
I think this Macanto goes face that master, right?
Sure. I mean, doesn't. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Alright, and then, okay, then you wouldn't play the Bloodborne spell, but I guess that's okay. We've got an active Ripper already.
So I like playing Slither out. So
And
the 3/1 placement here is a bit questionable. Like
okay.
I would just play it up, like play around Boneswarm. Nobody plays Russia, so he plays Curse, so he's not playing Boneswarm. He's playing Curse, so he's not playing Boneswarm.
I like just limiting where he can play stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not going to hit with anything. No reason to.
Only way we lose here is Ayamara.
True enough.
So Gust also does quite a bit of work for him. That we'll see.
Yeah, if he plays Gust, he has to hit the Macanto with his face. Swirler.
He's in so much trouble, that's all I know. Yeah. Those are desperation plays.
Well, he's just playing the cards in his hand.
3 mana.
Okay, he's just dead.
So tough to watch that. Yes.
Well played, sir.
So you see now what I mean with like the deck has all 3 win conditions.
Kind of won just by outvaluing him here.
That's why I love those Lava Lances, the Blood Tears, the Slashers, Macantor. Well played.
We got him. Didn't see any Blood of Air, but that happens. Alright, so maybe I will, if you want to play a game, we'll try and hit S1 here.
That's it, it's S1 now. I'm just wondering, am I going to play the modern version, or am I going to play the intercepted version? What threats are there currently on the ladder that I need to ignore? Nothing.
Oh man. You're looking who's online and who's playing.
So kind of, just quickly through a glance there. But I'm going to play my version, just because I like that. I want to show the Erratic Raptor off. I feel that Erratic Raptor is much weaker if you play modern and not the third intercept. Oh, but you only do play 2 Erratic Raptors, that's true. You don't play 3 of them. So let me try my list out.
That's interesting. I always thought Raptor went very well with the Morinka, because you can play your Bloodborne spell and Morin and also like get a proc on Raptor, right? But I guess that's kind of a later play.
So you can, but getting that to stick is very troublesome. So it's a tough balance. And at that mana place, it's an odd thing. So you're correct. At later game, that is a much better play. But at 4 mana, the interceptor play wins because you can actually play. And you can do stuff like have your Raptor on the board, grab a mana tile with the interceptor, where you can't really grab mana tiles with your general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in the way that you would do it. I'm eyeing Morgan currently online. And
Ooh,
playing against a Songhai is very dangerous.
you're gonna hit Death's Advocate in queue.
It's gonna be fun, poor guy. So here is an example where Egmorph is very good. So here my choice is to drop Spelljammer and Erratic. And I think I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to drop one Erratic.
Yeah,
Just let me know when you're in.
yeah, I'm in. When I play these, when I play like any kind of tempo deck, I always like try and see at least one jammer a game, right? Just because you kind of need the card draw to keep the cards flowing. I find.
So, yeah, it depends a lot on your opening hand. So if you have Blood Tears and Lava Lances in your opening hand, if you want to get that jammer in.
Yeah, it's also just kind of like how you play. So like a lot of players will just dump all the cards they can and push out as much tempo as they can earlier, right? And you definitely need the jammer if you're going for that.
So this turn I'm playing Progenitor, like 80%.
Oh, you got the god opening.
Yeah, and like the amazing thing is next turn I can follow up with jammer. It just works out very nicely. Okay.
That's really interesting. He hits the minion and not the tile.
Yeah.
Kind of smart though, because I find a 2/3 Solithar is a lot better than a 2/2 Solithar.
Yeah, it is way better. So here we're gonna do some.
I would almost want to like
So, yeah.
jam a Lava Lance and punish him for playing it there.
That's exactly that's exactly the play. Because it's your so why that is the play is because your general's losing 180. Now the question is, do we replace Egmorph here or not?
Probably. Well, he's shown Heralds, so he might be running a slower deck with like 9 moons and stuff.
What is here? 4 mana next to him. What troubles us on 4 mana? He doesn't have BBS, so he can't do anything. What does Dialtas do? Dialtas is a lovely target to get Egmorphed, but we don't really care about it as much because our Raptors or our Rippers rip through those Tombstones.
Do people play Dialtus in the Year of Thunderhorn?
It's fun, like
You can probably
it's
ditch
actually
it.
it's a fun consideration. Like we can also just consider dropping Erratic here. What does he play that really deals with Erratic? I don't think he plays anything. So I think we
Yeah.
drop Egmorph here.
Probably has to whip the Raptor.
Yeah, but I mean, Whip is quite an expensive card to use on a 3 mana.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the board is an advantage.
He's really trying to make Mave work, Death's Advocate. I'll be interested what he comes up with.
Yeah. Let's see what he does. Nah, sure. Okay.
Darkfire?
One play he can make. Dark Sacrifice, yeah. Cool. That's good. Good play.
Must just be Blood Tier Progenitor.
Yeah. It's so tough. Like
Yeah.
you can't like he's giving me the board with a 3/2 minion in it. I would just have blocked him. I would have moved Jammer 1 up, put Blood Tear Ping in his face, moved General 1 forward, played Progenitor behind me, blocked him from my Spelljammer egg, and the only way he wins that is he plays that Dog Grass that deals 3 damage everything. He only play that deck. Cool. Are you playing another one? Oh, S2 still, man. So we definitely
Alright, we gotta do one more.
So the same player you bullied earlier, we're playing instead.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh!
That sounds like the sound of a fantastic opener.
And
Not quite.
very interesting. So the question is here, do we drop Blood Tier and Slasher?
I would almost be inclined to keep Slasher just because it's Broman. How does he kill it?
Okay, but what do we replace to have a strong turn
Yeah.
3?
I would probably replace Blood Tier and then either Lance or Slasher.
Yeah, so I agree with that. The Blood
The
Tier Slasher
Slasher.
is the I like it as well.
Oh,
So
perfect.
we've got a wealth of options.
Perfect. Replicant. Ah.
So, do we take mana tiles against Rome? It can be Titan as well, or it's Swarm.
I think he was on Titan earlier.
Oh, so it is Titan. Okay. So yeah, because I don't really like playing the Blood Tier on that little mana tile.
No, I think you hold the Blood Tier, right?
Well, another option is just to run forward, Blood Tier on the mana tile in his face, and then play the Rage Binder in the middle. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this play. So what I like this play is it gives us some nice progenitor value, I think.
Yeah.
What would you replace here?
Nothing.
Yeah, I agree. Death Advocate said he just had to leave.
Oh.
But not too bad.
Still gotta be Progenitor Avalanche. Maybe you replace either Blood Tier or the second Avalanche. Probably Blood Tier.
Let's see. We likely want to go face against them, right? I like the Blood Tier replacement because we've got... Are we going face here? Because I'd like to hit him in his face. So actually, I think this... No, I can't play the Blood Tier and the Lava Lance.
I probably replace Blood Tier, right? Gotta see what we get. Alright. So I would Lava Lance the Duelyst for sure, and then maybe keep the Ragebinder egg safe. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that is the absolute correct move, but it feels like a strong move.
It seems fine. He can't kill anything.
Yeah, so what I mean is I'm not sure if I should have gone into his face or into the tombstone.
Well, the Tombstone has to die through damage, so it's probably fine to go into the Tombstone.
So yeah, Ripper into the tombstone is quite nice if we get.
Oh, that's true.
Let's see. 3 mana. What can he do for 3 mana?
Divine Bond.
I don't think he plays it, eh?
Hopefully not. He's got to be on Titan.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you hold both Mecantos? Is that silly?
All I know is we've got 2 Rage Binders up.
Replace into Morinko.
How do we get value here? Do we Lava Lance? Play some Cantor.
Kind of like just playing Mecantor on 6 and Mecantor on 7.
So the question is, do we DBS then? Then we replace the Spelljammer, but I know that'll give you nightmares. Like
No, you can't replace Spelljammer here, no. I have to play it.
Like nightmares replacing that card. What we did trade? Do you see an elegant trade here? I don't really see an elegant trade.
You can lava lance onto the. Oh, but you don't. You won't have an egg.
Yeah. So I think
Okay,
this is the best.
you clear up the conscript with the 3/4. Clear up the silver guard. Oh no, I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
I agree with your play. I think that's it.
Oh wow, you're not even playing jammer.
I think we just greed it up. I mean, what does he play here? He has to, if he, let's say, Tempest, which is like his only saving grace, he's losing a turn, and we've got Mercantor to make turns. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
no, I agree with this.
Immolation is probably the only body that's got. Yeah, that's strong. Immolation is without a doubt a very strong player.
Hey, you still got the Ripper.
Yeah. So it depends what he plays, of course. Let's see. If he plays nothing, he's in so much trouble. He is in so much trouble. So I think we play this. Do you replace Spelljammer here to get like an incredible turn?
Wait, what are you looking for?
A 2-drop?
Oh, for
Or
Progenitor.
because we're almost definitely going to play Mercantor, BBS Mercantor next turn, right?
Yeah.
So we
I,
can gamble to strengthen this turn slightly.
I never replace Spelljammer, but you know the deck more than I do, so it's probably okay.
So the one reason I don't want to replace Spelljammer is because he's got 5 cards. So the big thing I want to do here is I want to play as well as I can around. Let's see if we can make this work.
Hmm.
So why I don't like this as much is okay, so now I like this.
He's not on
So
Titan, so he could very well be running Tempest.
yeah. So I'm scared of another immolation. That really ruins my day here. Okay, it doesn't. I think we straight up win.
Yeah, my head was 100% in Mercantor his face and do that and push damage, but this is so much better.
So and the positioning of the progenitor play is so complex because it's, do I move first and then egg? Do I progenitor then move this way? Where do I place my Celerity Raptor?
Oh jeez.
That's not too bad. I think we just clean Mercantor here.
I think that, yeah, that just dies.
Mercantor is 4 damage. How do we do this cleanly?
I probably put the Ripper in front of your General and trade it into the Iron Cliff.
Let's see. So that's turn 1, obviously.
I would, yeah, put the Ripper in front of the General, trade it into the Iron Cliff. Mercantor and Progenitor go into the Iron Cliff. Move your General above him. Move the other Ripper behind your General and play the Ripper Egg in front of him and just completely block him in.
Okay, you have to replace it. Where do you want my Ripper Egg to be? So this is turn 1. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I want to play against that huge AoE, kill everything, make me sad card.
Yeah.
So I like this actually. What do you think about that play?
That is very nice. I probably still would have put the Ripper Egg like right behind my general just to limit his movement completely. Not sure if that's good or not.
Yeah. So the only so like he wants to immolation those 1 HP guys, or that 4/3 and the 3/1. But if he does that on the 3/1, it would burst. So he
Yeah.
would have gotten some. That egg would have been dead 100%. And this way, like playing against Claim, the most minions Claim can get here 4 if you include eggs. And we've got lethal next turn, so I don't think there's much he can do this game. We've got Mercantor coming up, we've got Bloodtear coming up.
Yeah, this is really good positioning. Like, it just plays around everything. Yeah, talking about like the progenitor turns, I lost a game. I hope you didn't watch it. Where the guy had an active Thunderhorn. I couldn't draw an answer for it, so I like back off, separate my minions into groups of 2 because he's playing that, and then play progenitor, and then the eggs link everything, and he just kills an egg, and it's like no.
Not like this. Not like this. No, that's like the worst thing ever. So like my nightmare games of like my entire Duelyst career are always against bloody Songhai. Like if it's not Mantra just running away and you're not being able to do anything, it's something else. Man, there's so many ways to win this game. Like that's fun about this deck. It's like literally you're playing some solitaire and deciding how we're gonna win this. So I definitely didn't like keeping Spouting on my hand. Those few turns.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, you just egg morph the Iron Cliff and go face.
A lot of them can't because it's such an amazing card. So I like this. This. Like this. This. Like that.
There you go.
Oh, I want to be him so bad. So wait, let me do this. So that's called advanced PM. And just look at that field. Like look at all the minions I've left. It's such a weird deck, and so it's this deck is lovely and all. So just to speak about a few of the weaknesses of this deck, as you've mentioned, the horror of Thunderhorn. That's why I've got so many cards and that dampening wave and the interceptor. But the real horror is against Songhai, because if it's Kaelios, he's playing Flame Wreath, he's going to destroy your eggs. All the decks play Assassination Protocol with Thunderhorn, juxtaposition, linking your orb. So that egg story you're speaking about, I was playing so diligently. I had 4 little islands of minions, each had their little 3 minions in each group, and all my opponent does, he plays a minion, he Mist Dragon seals it onto a spot, he juxtapositions it, linking 3 of the 4 islands, and he plays Killing Edge on his Thunderhorn. It just makes me cry. He just makes me cry. and then of course it's Mantra that just runs away. It doesn't matter that you've got.
Oh man, Mantra's running Thunderhorn and Killing Edge. That's so sad.
No, that's not Mantra. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
The Mantra is just a spear and ranged mask, and then it just pings you from far away. You can do nothing. Like the only way you can avoid is you to draw all 3 buttons, and then it gets you to like 17 HP, and then it just one-shot Mantras.
I don't know.
Get across the board.
I saw this morning Eurasian Jay's running EMP in his Mantra, so I've seen everything at this point.
So actually, EMP is brilliant move. So he's one of my teammates in Team Wars, and like I really like that guy, and he plays some very interesting decks. Sure, but thanks for the games. I'm not S1 yet. I'll try to get that push soon.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll make it. Yeah, no, thanks for coming by and explaining. I'm sure you explained the deck way, way better than I would have been able to, and seen some actual high quality gameplay on my channel for once. Fantastic.
Well, like I learn from your mistakes and you learn from my mistakes, so it's all well for everybody. But thanks for having me. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll probably start being a bit more active in the community, maybe streaming a bit. YouTube videos
Oh,
are a bit above my fireplace currently, but streaming sounds like a very fun thing to do. And I mean, we have to play some Egg Ragnora before the expansion rotates.
yeah, for it's completely different. No, I'm excited for that. Maybe I'll link your Twitch in the video then if you've got that up already.
Cool. I've already created an account. I just have to start streaming.
All right. Well, for now, I will say goodbye to everyone, and I'll see you probably. I'll probably try and do a Teemo's highlight video this weekend as well, assuming I play. And see you all later.